What's up, guys? Welcome to the fourth episode of the Dark Quarters. Today I'm going to show you about for loops. For loops are very important in coding. Okay, it is one of the most important thing. So let's say I want to print out I am legend at least 10 times. Okay, so basically from the previous exercises or tutorial, you can understand that I just write I am legend, then /n, and I have to copy that and paste it 10 times, which is very tiring and not interested. In other words, there's another thing in coding that says DRY, means do not repeat yourself. I think I've told you about this in the first video. Anyway, so in here, for loop will come to our rescue. So to use for loop, first I have to make a variable to count the number of times I'm going to repeat. Okay, this will be, let's say I'm gonna put I as the counter, how many times the for loop is gonna repeat. So now I have to put for. The for statement, the for function is going to look like this. First, there's going to be an initiator. Means I'm going to start with a value. With number 1. Okay. Then I have to put a condition, like how many times I want to repeat that statement. That is 10 times, let's say. Then I'm going to plus it. Means, in other words, it means that I is equal to 1. It's going to start from 1, and then it will check the condition less than equal to 10, which is absolutely true, and then it's going to go to statement, and then I'm going to print I am legend. Okay, then it's going to come back to I++, saying that, okay, I is equal to 1, going to change to 2. Then it's going to repeat this one again, that 2 is less than equal to 10, and then it's going to print out this one. And then it will keep on continue until after finishing 10, it's going to be 11. Then 11 is not less than equal to 10, and this is not going to happen, and it's going to stop the for loop. That's how simple it is. So I'm going to click F9. Okay, then here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 times I have written I am legend, which is so cool. By the way, the movie was cool, I am legend. Anyway, so yep, that's it. Now let's try a bit differently. I'm gonna write print. Let's say in a program they ask you to print out 1 to 10. So how am I supposed to do it? Okay, so to print out 1 to 10, basically I'm printing I values in it. First of all, it's gonna be 1, then it's gonna be 2, it's gonna be 3. In other words, I'm gonna do the I value. So percentage d comma I. So F9. Yep, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To make it more visible, let's just click /n up there, /n, F9. Yep, there you go. So basically, it's just showing you from 1 to 10 the value of I. So now, if I want to change it a bit, let's print 10 to 1. So I'm going to start with the I value as 10, and then it has to be greater than equal to 0 or 1. I'm gonna print it until 1, and then I'm not gonna plus it, I'm gonna minus it. In other words, it's gonna start with 10, and then it's gonna be until 10 that is greater than equal to 1, which is true. It's gonna come down to print, and then after printing this I, and then it's going to do I minus. In other words, 10 is going to be 9. Then 9 is greater than equal to 1. It's going to print this thing, and then 9 will become 8, I minus. Then 8 is greater than equal to 1, blah blah until 1. Then if it comes 0, then 0 is not greater than equal to 1, loop terminates. Simple, right? F9. Here you go, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. Exactly. Okay, now this is done for loop. Okay, for the next part, it is going to be while loop. There are basically 3 kinds of loops. Okay, one is for, one is while, another one is do while loop. Okay, what did just happen? I'm gonna delete the whole thing. Okay, okay. First of all, let me just put that as a template. By the way, if you put it like this, means it's invisible to the compiler. Okay, if you just want to delete, not allow compiler to read one line, then, or in other words known as comments, like if I want to say like that and then comment it, I am doing for loop for other coders to see what the heck you're doing. Okay, so yeah, that's a comment for them to see that, oh yeah, the other coder will come and read, okay, this is what's happening. By the way, if you put it in under this, then the compiler is not going to read it. In other words, nothing's going to happen right now here. Anyway, so in here, I'm just putting this as a template for to compare with while loop. So for while loop, for any loop actually, you need this. First, you need like for loop, an initiator to start with something, then a condition, then you have to do something with the initiator, or known as loop counter. Okay, so I call it loop counter. So for while loop, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to have to set the initiator just like for loop, but outside the loop. In other words, I'm going to start with I is equal to 1 outside the loop. Then I'm going to write while loop, while then in while loop, I'm going to have to put the condition, for example, I less than equal to 10. Then I have to put what I want to print. I want to print percentage d, I want to print I. Simple. It's just like I want to print 1 to 10. Okay, so first I'm going to start with 1, I less than equal to 10, which is true. Is it true? 1 is less than equal to 10? Yep, it is. Okay, so printf percentage d, and then I'm going to print out I. Okay, now I is always going to remain 1, isn't it? So I have to somehow change the value of I to I plus plus all the time. Okay, so yep. Now if I want to do F9, then okay, it just got bigger. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's put a slash in up there. Why do I forget to put the slash in all the time? Anyway, yep, here you go, 1 to 10. But now, a problem in for loop that you gotta make in lifetime, okay? It might happen, that is infinity for loop. Let's say I'm not gonna do I plus plus, let's say I just did accidentally minus minus. In other words, it's going to be like this. 1, then I minus minus means 0, then 0 is less than equal to 10, then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, so it's never ever ever going to meet this condition. In other words, it's not going to be 11, so the for loop is never going to end. See what happens. Exactly. Like the i's keep on going negative and negative and negative, and it's not reaching 10 at all. It's actually going the opposite way. So for loop is going to go infinity, and it's never gonna stop. This is known as infinity for loop. Okay, so this is while loop. Let's put that as comment again. Okay, now let's do while loop. Okay, do while loop, unlike any loops, for loops or while loop, that it actually does the statement first before the condition. For example, in here for loop, it starts with the initiator, just like while loop, and then it checks a condition, just like while loop. But in here, do while loop, it do the thing first. It does the thing first. Damn, I like grammar. I kind of don't like grammar. So first of all, I have to do the initiator. I is equal to 1 because it's a while loop. It's a part of a while loop. Then I'm gonna have to write printf percentage d. What is that? I rate. Okay, I. Slash n. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Okay. Slash n semicolon. Now I'm gonna have to write do while loop, right? While. Now they're gonna check the condition. Condition is I less than equal to 10. Okay, by the way, I have to not forget that I have to always increment the I plus plus. Okay, so yep, I is equal to 1 is going to increment less than equal to 10. Okay, remember that before you click F9 or build, which is basically, where is it? Here, build and run, which is basically F9. Okay, before you do that, it's a good habit to check all this in your mind, okay? I mean, compile it in your head what's happening before you actually click F9. Okay, F9, something is wrong. That is, I think I have to put that F9. Oh, awesome. What is the mistake? Yep, there's another thing. I have no idea what's happening. Do while loop. Okay. Like so. Okay, I'm still wrong. I is equal to 1, I plus plus. What does it say? It says that I am forgetting expected, oh yeah, look at that. I did not put that. F9. Okay. Okay, 1 to 10. Yeah. Okay, it's right up here. Rate and 1 to 10. Okay, you don't have to put that here. If you put it right here, it still does the work. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so basically that's why do while loop, and this is done for all the while loops. Now, why we use the while loop, or a good exercise for while loop, is drawing diagrams. Let's say I'm going to draw a diagram like, what to say, to upgrade your for loop ability. First of all, you have to know how to draw diagrams and patterns and all. Okay, so first of all, the pattern that I'm gonna write is, okay, I really don't like stars. I'm just gonna draw the patterns with plus. Okay, tab, not tab. Okay, I really like the notepad, but I don't know why it's not following. Okay, now I'm gonna draw for this. Okay, awesome square. How about, why not just Control C and then, okay, Control V. Okay, I wanna draw this pattern. Simple. Now, to draw this pattern, okay, you have to first think about something. There's two of drawing. One is using one for loop, another one is using two for loop. So 0. Okay, why am I writing this 0 1 thing? I'm just gonna teach you what, show you guys why. Okay, what just happened? Write that. 2 back, and then 3 back. Let's just write one more time. 4, then Control V. Okay, I want to draw something like so. Okay, so how should I do it? First think, for I is equal to, okay, why am I writing 1 here? 2, 3, 4. Let's just draw to 4. Okay, so yep. To do this, first I is equal to 1, and I'm gonna print 4 of this. Then when I is equal to 2, I'm gonna print 4 of this. I is equal to 3, 4 of that. I is equal to 4, 4 of that. So first of all, integer, I have to declare I for counting the, take a note of the for loop. I is equal to 1, I less than equal to, how many times the for loop supposed to make? 4 times, right? 4. Then I plus plus. Okay, now what am I supposed to do? Printf percentage, wait a second, printf, I'm just gonna draw plus. Then you have to think a bit that after writing, oh wait, plus not 1 time, 4 times. Okay, after writing when the for loop I is equal to 4 times, then only then I have to return the cursor down. Okay, so after writing this, then I have to return the cursor down. Solution. Simple as that. F9. Okay, hopefully the answer is, yep, here you go. Same thing like that. Okay, now I'm gonna use two for loops. Why? Because when you're gonna have to draw a bit complicated diagram, then you're gonna need two for loops. Okay, so for the easy one, you actually don't need it, but I'm gonna show it to you so that it's going to, you can catch up a bit easier when it is going to be a bit harder one. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, for second for loop, you cannot use I or same variable, because when I is equal to 1, okay, now in the second variable, in the nested for loop, if I use for I is equal to 1, then even if it increment, it's still gonna start with 1, so there's no point of doing it. So that's why I have to change with another variable j. So I have to declare another variable j, okay, for counting the for loop. J less than equal to, I am so pro in writing the spaces, oh god. J is less than equal to how many times? When I is equal to 1, I want to print this 4 times, right? So in other words, why not put another for loop for 4 times? So for the upper one, it's going to be J, that's going to be 2, 3, 4. So basically when J is equal to 1, it's going to print out 1 time. When J is equal to 2, it's going to print out another time. When J is 3, and blah blah. Okay, so J is equal to how many times? 4. Am I right? Am I right? Yep, j is equal to maximum, it can go 4 times. So j is equal to 4. Where did it go? J plus plus. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to do is printf. Only this time is 1 time plus. Why? When j is equal to 1, it's going to print 1 time, then 2, 3, 4, when it is 4, it's going to print this. Then the cursor has to go down only when the j is equal to 4. So in other words, when this for loop ends, only then I have to put the cursor down. So that's why printf /n. Voila. So F9, here you go. The same thing. Okay, now I'm gonna change a bit differently. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want to draw something like this kind of diagram. Something like this. Plus, something like this. Plus, and then plus, like so. Okay, something like this kind of diagram. All right, how to do it? Okay, first of all, a space. Okay, a space in programming means something. It means a space. Okay, in other words, we have to literally draw a space like that. That means something. It means I'm drawing a space. Okay, instead of writing plus, I'm drawing a space. Okay, so after the plus, if I put a space in it, it means, yeah, it's still going to print out the space. Okay, so in here, for example, I have to draw a space. So in other words, I have to put another for loop to draw the space. Okay, one thing I have to say it is that when you're starting to code, you just don't read the question and then start coding. Okay, that's completely impossible and that's completely absurd. Okay, you read the code, I mean you read the question, then you have to observe it, think it for at least as long as you take. Okay, not just like read the code and start coding. Okay, so observe, that's very important. Observe that this column part is the I value, this part is the j value. Okay, so when I is equal to 1, can you see that there's only one time the plus is happening? When I is equal to 2, only 2 times the I is happening. When I is equal to 3, it's 3 times. So basically, if I put for the j value that when j is equal to 1, okay, for the when I is equal to 1, okay, for the first part, that I have to print out j is equal to 1, j less than equal to I value. Means that it's going to print out 1 time. If I put I there, that means it's just going to print out for first iteration, it's going to print out only 1 time of the plus. Yeah, very simple. Then, okay, what just happened? Here you go. Okay, and the second time, okay, when I is equal to 2 up here, then j is equal to 1. This I is going to change to 2, by the way. So when it's going to be true for j is equal to 1 and j is equal to 2. So it's going to print 2 times. Okay, so when it is 3, it's going to print out 3 times. When it's 4, it's going to print out 4 times. But look, if I print out this one, F9, it's going to give me like this. Does it give me like this? No, it doesn't. Because why? Because I did not print out the spaces here. Okay, so I have to print out the spaces. How do I print out the spaces? I have to literally make another for loop just for writing the spaces. For I can write j is equal to 1. Okay, no problem. But for now, let's just write another variable. Okay, and not for use another for loop. S is equal to 1. S less than equal to, I have to give a condition, then S plus plus. Okay, then after that I have to write printf. Okay, I have to literally draw a space. Now the condition part is the problem. Now to make the space more visible, let me just write a dot in it. Okay, what dot should I use? A simple dot will do. Dot. Okay, something like that. So basically there has to be 3 dots over there. Okay, 1 dot over there. Okay, so like that, like so, and like that. Okay, so basically I have to draw 3 dots over here, 2 dots over here, and 1 dot over here. Only then it will be shifted, isn't it? Okay, so again, observe that Maximum minus I value will give me 3. Again, maximum minus 2 value will give me 2. Maximum minus 3 value will give me 1 time. So in other words, I just have to write 4 minus I. Okay. Okay, for me, okay, I got that because this is the basic and I did this for loop a billions of times. It's okay to not observe this at the beginning. It's gonna take time. As I said, this is practice for loop and you'll get used to this, okay? This thing, when you start practicing, it will just come into your eye very easily. So that is the trick part here. Okay, only then the space is gonna happen, and if I click F9, oops, something is wrong, semicolon, damn semicolon. Okay, yep, there you go. Okay, there you go. This thing is similar, same to that. Okay, the dot means spaces. Okay, done. So that is how for loop happens, and yep, that's it. Keep on practicing. There's also lots of things that they're gonna give you. For example, like that. Oh my god, like that. This kind of diagram, or something like a diamond shape or heart shape. Try writing your name with for loop and whatnot. Okay, that's it for this episode. If you like it, please click the like button. If you really like it, please subscribe, and see you on the next video.